Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Hello, I'm Cleopatra Wallace, and this video is all about Vicki and Casey White. Now, Vicki and Casey White have been on the run for exactly 9 days. Vicki is 56, Casey is 38. They started this journey in the zip code of 35630 on April the 29th. There haven't been many developments in the story, but an SUV was found on the Williams County, Tennessee border. All right, so we have 4 cards that came out immediately, so let's get into it. The spirits are ready to talk about it today. Okay. So, like I was saying, there was a SUV found on the Williamson County border in Tennessee, and that zip code is 37064. So, Spirit, keep up. We're going to start in zip code 35630 on 10 a.m. on April the 29th. Our next zip code is in Williamson County, Tennessee, zip code 37064, and we're going to start that clock for that one on the early morning hours of April the 30th, like somebody's been driving overnight. All right, so the first card that came out is the Judgment card. All right, let's look at it. In this card, you can see like there's somebody standing above another person. And you might think like this is an act of violence, but it's actually not. See, their hands are meeting. He's helping this other person up. Like, as you can say, a handshake agreement. You know, like we're going to be in this, you know, there's no going back. You know, you shake on it, you agree on it. All right, so that's some good energy between the two of them. They have made a pact. All right. The next card that came out is the 5 of Coins. Can you see that? I always have the light in the wrong spot. This is the 5 of Coins. All right, let's see what's on here. Immediately, I'm looking at the Pop Top canned goods. We know they got to eat something out there. So look like we have some canned goods, probably like Vienna sausages, potted meat. It could even be some soup in there. We don't know how advanced their survival skills are, but they are eating good still, even if it's coming out the can, they're eating. All right, we got the 2 of Cups came out as well. Oh, this card tried to get away from me. All right. And this is a card that usually denotes further up the road. You can see the woman is holding a map and the man is holding a stopwatch, like calculating time. Like how long can it take to get from there, or how long would this last? Even if they're thinking about their supplies, they are keeping a close count on the supplies and where they are. So they're still on the move. They're not standing still. I was hoping that we would see them in like a standing still environment, like they were inside one place, but they are they're seeing this thing out. All right, and the next card that came out is the Page of Cups, and immediately I'm looking at the backpack. I know they said that the vehicle that was found in Williamson County was cleaned out. There was nothing left in there. Like all the belongings they had planned, they actually took with them. Uh-oh. My mojo bag done fell. All right, so that could mean something, that they have dropped a clue somewhere. We could be looking at them finding a belonging or something. Something was dropped. I don't normally drop this bag that sits in my lap. And as I was talking about the bag dropping, we're holding a card with this bag here. So there could be something that fell out of the bag. All right, we know we're going to clarify it. So let's go back to the beginning, and we'll start with the handshake agreement with the pact that they made. Let's see if we can't figure out how far in advance this pact was made. All right, Spirit. So to do that, we're going to start out, well, we're going to try to use the Tarot in Wonderland deck. If they don't like this deck, we will move along. All right, so Spirit, we are formally in zip code 37064. We were there on the early morning hours of April the 30th. We don't quite sure have a zip code of where we're going, but there has been an agreement and there's a pact made. Can you tell me how far in advance was this agreement made between Vicki and Casey? Vicki's birthday being August the 19th of 1965. Oh, there we go. It came out. And Casey's birthday being August 20th of 1983. All right, so we're looking for a number here. And the Knight of Wands is always, a stud, as you can say, or very, he's a sexy knight. All right, I'm not seeing a number here, but this is Casey's energy. I'm going to ask about this because why is it showing just his energy on the pact? Because this seems like something that they're into together. So to do that, let's go into the Beauty of Horror deck. Or maybe he knows how far in advance he started it. It could be that he started the plan in his mind first, and then he told Vicki about it. We're going to ask. Spirit, concerning the pact and the agreement of the plan to do this thing and, break out and be on the run, you show me only Casey's energy. Is this because it was his idea or it was her idea? Whose idea was it to make this pact and who first started this? That's what I want to know. Whose big idea was it to break out? Oh, we got 2 cards came out. All right. So, on whose idea was it to break out, we have the Hermit card that came out. The Hermit is somebody who never comes outside. They're just staying in there. So this would be a good card for a prisoner. You're a hermit. You can't come out. You don't come out. But let's see what's in his hand. All right. There are hands reaching behind him, but like you see those hands back there? Don't worry about those hands. Those could be his victims or something. Over here though, this bright light in his hand, it's like that light bulb moment. So you're like, aha, you got an idea. So it was indeed Casey's idea to do this. And the other card that came out was the Wheel of Fortune. It's like a gamble. He didn't really know if she was going to go for it or if it was going to really happen. It was like, it was a big gamble, but it paid off. Look at Casey being assertive. All right. So let's move on to the food, the cans of food that they're eating. We know these things had to be, I think it's the right word, procured. These things were bought in advance by Vicki and was probably at that little hotel room that they ducked into before they went on their epic run. We're going to find out. Spirit, you show me lots of canned goods here. How far in advance was the canned goods positioned? Or how far in advance was the food prepared? I'm still trying to find out when exactly this whole thing started. All right. Spirit, you show me canned goods here. They're eating lots of potted meat, Vienna sausages, crackers, that sort of thing. Can you tell me how far in advance was these supplies brought? Oh, all right. Got 2 cards that came out. Okay. They are both swords cards, almost consecutive. It's the 6 of swords and the 4 of swords. And when cards come out consecutive like this, it's the card that's not there. So the card that's not here in between the 4 of swords and the 6 of swords would be the 5 of swords. So I'm thinking they may have started planning this thing. Oh, you know what? Spirit do not play around. We're talking about the 5 of coins. The 5 of swords is missing, but this is all clarifying the 5 of coins. So the number 5 is significant, and that's what we're trying to get to. So this thing was planned out somewhere between 5 months and 5 weeks in advance. So they had lots of time to get it perfect, and they nailed it. All right. It's like watching 2 ice skaters do their routine. Keep thinking, oh, he's going to drop her, but they make it all the way through the whole routine. Okay, anyhow, now let's go to the Two of Cups card, or further up the road, where they're timing things, measuring distances. They may have a plan. So let's see if we can't get a little insight of where they are going. Is this like a predetermined place, or are they just making it up as they go? All right. Spirit is showing me lots of things about Casey and Vicki this day. But also, you show me that they are still on the move. Is there a possible place that they are headed to? Is there a predetermined place, or is all of this straight off the cuff, where they're making it up as they go along? Do they know where they're going? Oh, that popped out. And this is the High Priestess. She knows everything. So before, when we were asking about this, it came out that it was Casey's idea. But when it comes to the planning and where they go and what they're going to do when they get there, that seems to be Vicki's part of it. So let's look at this card and see what Vicki had going on when it came to going further up the road. They have a lot of supplies on them. I tell you that. They have the face mask to a T. See that? It's a mask right there. Right there, that's a face mask. Like a gas mask face mask, but a face mask no less. You know, in these times, you can wear the face mask. You can hide your whole face. All right, but right now, we're trying to see where they're going to. I can't help but I keep looking at this little padlock on this case. It could be like a, you know, in the Tennessee mountains, I'm pretty sure there are like hunting cabins up there. Wherever they're going to, it doesn't have a doorknob on it. You know how you would lock a shed and just put the little lock on there? So it seems to be some sort of a, I keep wanting to say a cabin, or it could be even be those, what do you call those little houses that be on the river where people be, you know, just out there seasonal fishing and stuff? They're headed to or are already at some sort of a little cabin. And they have all their supplies with them. Okay, see, this here is the crossbow. But this is, I think they call it the quiver, that has all of the, this light just gets on my nerves. This here is a quiver that has the arrows in it. And it's full of arrows, it's packed. All right. So they got their supplies and they're going to some sort of structure that doesn't have a traditional doorknob. All right. So let's get into the last card that came out in the beginning, and this is the bag, which also made my bag fall. So let's see if it was something in the bag or something falls out of the bag. We're going to get the significance of it. All right, and we're going to try to get the bag information out of this deck, the Beauty of Horror. All right, Spirit, you've shown me lots of lovely things here today, but I now have another question. My new question is, did something fall out of their bag? Has a clue been left? What is it about this bag? Give me information on why the bag is here. And oh, I seen it. There it is. All right. So it flipped over in the deck. It didn't fall. I really don't like the looks of this card because it's a woman being tied up. And I would hate to think of Casey tying Vicki up. But I have to say it because it's here in my face. But I'm going to keep looking. I want to see what came out of that bag. The Eight of Swords is somebody being stuck in their own head. I'm going to clarify this. I'm going to use the spider deck to clarify because it gets a little bit more specific. Spirit, I'm asking you about this bag and if something fell out of it. You show me the Eight of Cups of a woman being tied up or somebody being stuck in their head. All right, this fell. Ooh, a men's meeting came out. Men's meeting. This is, you see how they're all in their little uniforms? Maybe they might find a piece of like his gel clothing somewhere along the way. Or his restraints or the cuffs or something like that. Alright. But they're going to find something. I think it's going to be like a piece of clothing, like of his inmate uniform or something. Alright, we're going to keep going. I don't want to get stuck on that one question. Alright, because I do have some actual questions to ask today. I have 4 questions. Number 1 question is, what is the energy like between the two of them right now? Alright, and to do that, I'm going to use the Nightmare Before Christmas deck. This one. Put these ones back. Alright, Spirit, this is day 9 of Vicki and Casey's big adventure on the run. They started out in that 35630 zip code, and then they went through the 37064 zip code. Now we don't have a zip code for them at all because they're constantly moving. But can you give me the energy like between the two of them? What is the mood between Vicki and Casey as of right now? Alright. We have the 7 of Needles and the 4 of Presents came out. I see these as they're very sharp, you see. And even though it is the 7 of Needles and it kind of means that, like, you know, someone's stealing something or get away with something, but that's not what I'm getting here. The mood, this is like somebody having a sharp tongue, you know, like saying spiteful things. And then we have the little mouses, you know, that's eating away at the pieces of cheese. So this might be a little bit of a lover's spat or just nitpicking with each other. You know, if you had it did this or if you had it did that. But other than that, things have been going very smoothly between the two. But there have been some sharp words. Because these mice, they're just kind of eating away at this. They're not eating the whole thing. It's just like nitpicking away. But also, I don't like this either. They're showing me, you see these little pieces of stuff? See these? Those little crumbs? Those are pieces of drugs. Like, I don't know what it is, but those little crumbs represent, there's been some sort of drug use. And you know, when people get high, they say all types of things. Alright, so they are saying things to each other right now, and one of them might be intoxicated or high. Alright, so the next question is, are they inside or outside? I think Spirit has pretty much shown us that they are outside but on their way to some sort of cabin. So let's go to the next question. And the next question is, how are they hiding the fact that Casey is 6'9"? This is a very tall person. So in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, how can they hide the fact that he's that tall? And Spirit says they can't be putting him in a wheelchair or something, like wheeling him around. You can't really see how tall somebody is if they're in a wheelchair. But that's just my own thoughts and like a side thought that Spirit had gave me. So I'm going to ask the cards officially, how are they hiding the fact that Casey is 6'9"? Or how are they managed not to be spotted? Spirit, we now know that they've been moving around for quite a while now. It's been 9 days. We know that Casey is a very tall man. He's 6'9". How are they hiding the fact that it's them? How are they hiding Casey's height during this run? Nothing there? All right. Let's look in here. All right. I'm going to look in this one. Spirit, I'm asking you about how are they hiding the fact that Casey is 6'9". How are they evading capture for so long? What is their method of staying on the run? Oh, all right. We got 2 cards that came out on the word method of staying unseen. All right. You know what? Spirit might be right. All these men at this table, they're sitting down. And this man's standing up at the top. So you can see how tall he is. But he's a shopkeeper. He's serving. But everybody else is sitting down. Then the next card that came out was the devil card. Which usually, it denotes some sort of vice, like gambling, drugs, drinking. But we already seen that, so I don't think that this is what this card about. Right now we're trying to say, how are they managing to not be seen? They are not showing his legs in any of this picture. Like even this one with the man in the picture, they start him off at the chest. So you can't see the bottom half of him. You can't see if he's standing or if he's sitting. And all of these people, all the men in these pictures are sitting except for the shopkeeper. I think that idea could have been right. They are maybe, I'm thinking that they're probably not out in the public eye too much, but maybe when they do go in public, they hide it by putting him in a wheelchair or keeping him in a seated position. Because if they walk out in public side by side, it'd be real easy to spot them. All right, I think they may be keeping him sitting down or making it to where you can only like really see him from the chest up. All right. Let's see if there's one more question. I have the question here, how far in advance was this planned? But it already came out up here that it was between 5 weeks and 5 months it was planned. All right, I think we'll leave it there then. Again, I am Cleopatra Wallace. If you found this video interesting, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because who knows what's going to happen next.